So I've made a video on girls not having riz, and I've also made a video called the types of kids at school, which covered pretty much most of the girls in school, but I think I should get a little more in depth about the types of girls at school that you'll most likely find. Alright, the first girl on the list is the dreaded hot Cheeto girl. Now, rumor has it that every school you will find at least one of these menacing creatures skipping down a hallway, yelling at the top of her lungs with a carbonated beverage in one hand and a bag of hot chips in the other. And at the end of her fingertips, red Cheeto dust. Every homework assignment or class paper she turns in contain fingerprints covered in red dye 40. And if you know what red dye 40 is, then you begin to understand why she acts the way she does. All I know is I'm glad she never approached me trying to give me a hug, cause as soon as she even reaches for me,
get your hands off me.
Everyone knew her and they either messed with her or completely loathed her. And as I previously mentioned before, she always had that fire best friend that she acted like she was a personal guard dog for. You try to ask her best friend for a number and she spawns out of nowhere like she got ultra instinct on point.
Before y'all come in my DMs talking about, oh, it's instant transmission, not ultra instinct, I don't want to hear it. All right, I made a mistake. Matter of fact, we gonna go all the way back here, right? This is where we gonna start it from, right? And we gonna restart, right? Right? I bet.
Guard dog for it. You try to ask her best friend for a number and she spawns out of nowhere like she got ultra instinct on point.
Hey.
She's not interested. Like, man, down Sparky, down girl. Hey, you need to put your seeing eye dog back on this leash. I'm not gonna lie to you, this girl might be the equivalent to the annoying dude who be asking where my hugs at. Yeah, we gonna rate her a -100 out of 10. Next, we have the shy/quiet girl. Now, these girls are a rare find because, hear me out, they usually wear the oversized hoodies and straight cut Levi's with maybe the cuff at the bottom. They also wear glasses and Converse. Now, with an oversized hoodie, you probably thinking, yeah, she may look like your basic average girl.
I'm basic and I'm average and I'm girl.
Wait till it's summertime, and I'm telling you, she has the assets that her good mother gave her. This girl is stacked like a plate of IHOP's all-you-can-eat strawberry cheesecake pancakes, and she usually wear the types of shirts that fit in all the right places. And let me tell you, bruh, she got some She has some knowledge about some pretty amazing ways to pass the time. She doesn't flaunt her curvature, but trust me, she knows it's there. The good thing about her is that she stays to herself, she minds her business, and she's pretty smart. She usually gets her classwork done early, and on top of that, she has a hidden talent. She's probably one of the littest artists you've ever seen. I mean, she can give Vincent van Gogh a run for his money. And trust me, in a few years, she'll probably be working on some famous anime with quality animations. Either that or some erotic fanfic. Oh, by the way, I'm looking for an animator, not for the fanfic. It's for the channel. Matter of fact, we'll talk later. But to top it all off, if you get to know them, they have a pretty fire personality. And you know what they say about those shy, quiet girls. And I'ma leave it at that. They get a 8 out of 10. Pretty cool people for real. And then next you have the complete opposite, the school thotty. Every school has at least one, and they have different names. Some are called thoughts, some are called bops, some are called Trishas or 304s, some are called vacuum cleaners. And I'm pretty sure if you go to a certain school, they might have more than one. So if you missed the sale on Suckmaster 3000s, the vacuum cleaner, obviously, trust me, they'll never run out. There will always be at least one. These type of girls will be in school doing everything except their classwork. That includes the whole basketball squad, track and field, the dude at the crosswalk who holds up the sign before and after school, even my boy Cough. Nah, I'm just playing. He doesn't get any hoes.
I don't get no hoes.
Go sub to his second channel. Anyway, you will find this girl doing the absolute unspeakable at every corner she can find in that school. You know, some people are actually there to try to get an education, but she's trying to educate herself on the circumference of those tonsils in her throat. Emphasis on circumference. Nah, y'all get the picture. This is a kid's channel after all. Matter of fact, I got a quick story for y'all. I was the new kid at this one school, and there was this fine girl who seemed to take a liking to me, but she was actually hard to read. I guess she was supposedly talking to some dude, but they were never really official or whatever. I don't know. It didn't matter. Just know she was on my body. And one day I'm standing at my locker and it's the day before Christmas break. And she knows I don't celebrate Christmas, but I don't think she cared. She was like, I got you some. And then she pulled out this box and she told me to open it. And I looked inside and it was some diamond encrusted Decepticon earrings.
Oh my God.
I looked up at her and she had this look in her eye. She was like, do you like it? And I was like, yeah. And she jumped up and gave me the biggest hug she possibly could. When she got me though, she insisted that I kept it and she was not taking no for an answer. So we got back from Christmas break and I'm in second Bill history class and I'm in the same class her alleged dude was in. I know him a little bit. We talk from time to time, but we not friends. So he looks back at me and he sees my earrings and he was like, yo bro, them are fire. Where did you get them from? And I was like, oh yeah, so-and-so got me these. He was like, oh, she got me some Autobot earrings. He didn't have his in and we looked at each other and the whole room got quiet and out of nowhere, all you hear is someone say, oh dang, that boy that took your girl. Whole room bust out laughing. And see, here's the thing, his earrings had the Autobot colors, which was cool, but mine, she got me the Decepticon earrings, all silver, and they had them VVS diamonds dancing in my ear.
Boy, you better stop lying. You know that was cubic zirconium had your ear turning green in the back. Your ear smelled like straight horse cakes.
Whatever. We was in high school, so of course she couldn't afford no VVS. But looking back at it, she actually gave me the way better version of the earrings that both of us had got. And that was her dude, so he must have been feeling some type of way. And she was always around me. Apparently she was known as the thought at school, but only the girls said that, and probably because she looked 10 times better than everybody at that school. And on top of that, I never really heard any dude talk about her doing stuff. And you know, when it comes to the guys, they are credible sources when it comes to thoughts. Was I wrong for wearing the earrings in front of him?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I really don't care. She shouldn't have got them for me, for real, for real. In retrospect though, I really wasn't thinking about seeing him in class because I was gonna wear them regardless. Anyways, we'll give the school thoughts a 0 out of 10. Or 10 out of 10, depending on who you are. I don't know, I just work here. Next, you have the popular girl. These girls are the most annoying people on the face of earth. And let me tell y'all popular girls something. I absolutely loathe you. Out of all of the people I've disrespected in school, I've disrespected y'all the most. Y'all thought y'all were better than everyone until someone drop kicked them off that pedestal they were placed on. I honestly didn't care how high up the social ladder you were on. You try to look down on me and trust me, I will hurt your feelings. And best believe they always got some sort of beverage from Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, macchiato, frappuccino, mocha latte, peppermint mocha cappuccino, Carmelo Anthony.
What?
But for real, they were so annoying. Literally, they got out of everything just because of pretty privilege. 0 out of 10. I can't stand y'all.
Trash.
Next, we have the best friends of the popular girl. Not too much to say about them except they really thought they were the most popular girl, but in reality, they were only popular because they were associated with the popular girl. And I've encountered some of those too. Definitely got knocked down a couple of pegs as well. This one girl was friends with the popular girl and she was in my class, and one day she was just getting on my nerves. And I was like, bruh, shut up, you irking my nerves. And then she was like, you just mad cause you can't afford Dunkin'. She always had a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee with her, while her best friend always had some sort of expensive drink from Starbucks. So I was like, the only reason why you have Dunkin' is because you can't even afford Starbucks like your best friend over here.
Damn.
And you got the most basic drink, iced coffee. You really think that you're special because you have a plastic cup filled with almond milk, coffee grounds, and ice? And then I flinched at her like I was going to knock the cup out of her hand, and she got so scared she ended up spilling the coffee on the keyboard. And then the teacher started yelling at me like it was my fault. And then he told me to get up and go to the principal's office. I got up laughing and started walking towards the door. And then I stopped at the door and stood in the doorway, and I pointed at the sign that says no foods or drinks. And I was like, she ain't even supposed to have no drinks in here anyway. And then walked off. They get a negative 3 out of 10. You're entitled like you're the main character or something. Try! Next, we have the goth girls slash e-girls slash alt girls slash emo girls. Somebody said in my comments on my student outfit video, there's a difference between goth and emo outfits. Don't get it mixed up.
I don't don't give a
So I'm gonna let y'all know, yes, that y'all are all different, but y'all will be grouped in this category in this video because A, I don't have the time to point out every minute difference and detail between y'all, and B, yeah, y'all are different, but there are also a lot of similarities between y'all. If you don't like it, click off this video. This is my video, but at this point we almost towards the end, but there's no disrespect meant by it. Plus, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but y'all got a lot of love in that video in the comments. People have a love for goth girls, but yeah, goth girls, all black nails, maybe at least one type of nose piercing, maybe. And you can't forget the chokers. I don't even know how y'all could breathe because I'm pretty sure those chokers cut off all of the circulation of oxygen towards your trachea, so y'all definitely different. We gonna hit y'all with that 8.5 out of 10. I got a bonus category. We got the girlfriends. Now, they were either the girlfriends of the star athletes or the school thugs. You see them walking down a hallway with their boyfriend's jersey on during game day, or you see the thug girlfriends with their dude in the freshest kicks, probably bought with a lot of money from illegal extracurricular activities, but that ain't my business. They were always the baddest girls in school, always had their hair done, edges done to a T, almost pure perfection. Nails done, lashes done, nails done, hair done, everything they're done.
nail done, hair done, everything dead.
Yeah, every dude in school wanted her, but couldn't have her. She gets a 10 out of 10. Yes, you most definitely see it in the title, so we just gonna jump right into it. Thoughts. There's no point in pulling up the dictionary and explaining what a thought is because everyone knows what it is or might even have had at least one experience with one before. Well, unless you're caught. Urban Dictionary describes a thought as someone that is, well, let's just say they should play baseball because they real good at catching balls.
What?
But these creatures, believe it or not, come in different shapes and sizes and have different attributes. So we're going to be discussing said shapes, sizes, and attributes. Yeah, and shout out to Cloud for this idea. Go check out his video if you haven't already. The first one we have on the list is Becky, aka the Suckmaster 3000. Now, this is the girl that Beyonce was referring to, Becky with the good hair. Although I don't know why she said that because her hair is usually up in a messy bun so she can perform better. Wouldn't want that good hair getting in the way. She usually has on tights or leggings with busted Air Force Ones and a black tee. And for some reason, she either always has her nails done super long or has bitten them down to a nub. They're never really in the middle. Also, she might be a part of that hot Cheeto girl club, but that's not always the case. Next, you have the athletic thought. Now, this is a rare case, but I've seen this happen a few times where you actually have a thought that's on a school team, but trust me, sports isn't the only extracurricular activity she's partaking in. Do not get your hopes up though, because if you aren't playing any types of sports at all, you're not gonna have any sort of access to this girl. For some reason, she's only exclusive to the athletic guys, but it's probably because they have something in common. They're both great at handling balls.
Alright, that's the second balls jokes you done made, bro.
And it ain't gonna be the last one. Shut your ass up. You're not really missing out on anything though, because a lot of the times the girls that were on a sports team were usually built like a telephone pole, so if you try to even grip anything, it'd be just like reaching for a Wii remote. Next up, we have the school thought. Now, this girl does not care who you are or if you play for a team. Them girls will usually be giving them next up like you're waiting to turn in line. It doesn't matter if you're a hold up. We not just about to run past what I said like it wasn't just a bar. Them girls would be giving them next up like you're waiting your turn in line. Next up. Come on now. I'm like the next Kendrick.
Relax.
But like I was saying, it really doesn't matter if you were a water boy. Trust me, you have a shot. These girls are so nice, they give everybody equal opportunity. And she will get down anywhere, anytime. It does not matter. You're trying to walk to the bathroom to skip class, and all you see is a line of dudes leading to behind the staircase. And you hear straight. And trust me, that ain't no Gogurt she's sucking on back there. You see the dudes with a ticket in their hand and you hear, now serving number 87. Hello, wait a minute. You mean that girl has thrown an 87 Oscar Mayer B. Franks? You would think you would be playing 2K because all you hear is, I got next. Yeah, you got next, and she giving up that neck. Next, you have the attractive thought. Just because a girl is a thought doesn't mean she has to be mid. Actually, that's probably the reason why they are thoughts, just because they look good. But performance-wise, it doesn't match up to the looks. Some of those girls rely solely on their looks, but they get to performing and it's pure Anthony Davis's bones, aka trash. Like, trust me, I'm not promoting the action of being a thought. If anything, I'd advise you not to be a thought, but I mean, if that's something you gonna be doing on a consistent basis, the least you can do is perfect your craft. Like, call this girl a hash slinging slasher the way she be mangling meat. I bet she one of those people that bites into Jolly Ranchers. I mean, what, you look that good all for you to be trash when it actually counts though? If you catch yourself with her, just don't cuff her. Just bag it and tag it, because the last thing you want to do is be known as the last goofy she let hit and then you fall in love. Like she just wasn't with LaMarcus last week. That relationship wouldn't last anyways. You will get your heart broken. Take it from me. Well, actually, don't take it from me, because I was never dumb enough to wife a thought anyways. I mean, what did Kid Leroy say? So there you go. Oh, can't make a wife out of a... Wait a minute, did Chief Keef literally make a song called Love No Thotties?
I don't love no thotties.
Next up, you have the cornstarch, aka Future Hub Star. Now, this girl knows exactly what she's doing. And when I say she put in a lot of man hours, I mean that literally. She has more man hours than hours being in school. Now, she might not necessarily be giving it up at school, but she definitely giving it up. And you'll know about it because she's getting recorded every time. I mean, you can literally identify this girl by her rear end.
Boy, he fit.
You always can see the color of her eyes perfectly clear because that iPhone LED camera light be hitting different. And her attachments and images get passed around more than a blizzy doing a freestyle when you hotbox in a car. And that's another thing that's off topic. Why every time someone sparks up and puts the smoke in the air, everyone in the vicinity turns into a Grammy nominated artist? I mean, what is it about that green that makes everyone want to turn on the instrumental and start spitting that hot fiery dookie? You thought I was gonna say hot fire? Nah, that record is going to go triple aluminum, and not the fresh aluminum off of the roll. I'm talking about the aluminum that's been crumpled up from being opened so many times 2 days after Thanksgiving because you're still eating leftover dressing.
Hey, you getting off topic, bruh.
Anyways, yeah, this girl has a future on OnlyFans and she will be selling her premium snap. And trust me, she will be on your Twitter timeline in a couple of months after graduation. Now, Cloud had mentioned being on exposed pages. I've heard of them when I was in school, but I really didn't care too much about it at the time because that wasn't my main focus in high school. Next, you have the gold digger, aka Selena Powell. Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no bro. See, if you know DJ Henny Demics, then you know who Selena Powell is, and then you'll realize why she's a perfect depiction of this category. But to put it in layman's terms and to dumb it down for y'all, if you ain't got no bread, you ain't getting no head. Damn. These people only go after the NBA stars, NFL stars, the rappers, basically anybody with a couple of commas to their net worth. And if you ain't got a high net worth, then you ain't worth neck. Another perfect example would be Brittany Renner. She saw the potential that PJ Washington had, so she slid into dude's DMs, and dude was thinking with the wrong head. See, once you get a couple of M's to your name, you better watch who slides into them DMs, because they'll slide into your DMs and let you give them the D for them M's. I am on fire, bro. Somebody give me a fire extinguisher to put me out. Nah, these girls just want a taste of the expensive life, or maybe they just want a taste of that expensive dick.
Hey, yo, what the
and they don't try to put in the efforts of getting it themselves. They rely solely on the possibility of a dude lusting over them. Even still then, there's only a possibility that you're just gonna end up a side piece anyway. You looking good isn't the equivalent of you deserving money. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Next, you have the quiet thought. Now, these girls will actually surprise you because technically they aren't thoughts, but you would think they were when you get down to business. And it's actually 10 times better knowing that they bite body count is actually low, and not everyone can have them because they're a special find, a rare gem. You get to know them and they actually have a fire personality and will treat you good, but man, this girl will have you thinking she is a 2-player because she can definitely blow a horn. But nah, she could actually be a wife near, because trust me, she will not disappoint at all. They usually end up looking good too. They don't dress like a thought or even give off thought vibes, which is why they're hard to get a read on, because they're usually just regular civilians and you don't know how thick they truly are until they get comfortable around you. And on top of that, they have self-respect, so probably the best ones on the list. To be honest, not really a thought, but has thought performance in bed. Actually, a lot of the times it be the nerds. I mean, not your stereotypical nerds. They're usually into the same stuff you're into. Quiet, shy, and very intellectual. Basically the opposite of a hot girl for real. Last and certainly least, you have the last resort thought. This is the thought that you call
Late at night.
catch me in the morning or late at night. Because you would absolutely be embarrassed to be seen with her. If nobody else is answering the phone and you're drunk off of them 5 Bud Lights and the couch is starting to look a little too thick to you, then you're calling her up. To be honest, you don't even be wanting to hit her up half of the time, and you know you have no business even partaking in what she has to offer, and you're better off grabbing that socket you have in your drawer that you drew a face on, but you are down bad. I mean, sometimes she's shaped like Bubble Bass and sometimes she look like Will Smith. I mean, beggars really can't be choosers, but honestly, just go to sleep, dude. It ain't even worth the post-walnut clarity that will be having you rethink every decision you made in life up to that point. Y'all see it in the title.
Wait, so you've been gone for this long and the best thing you could do is make another video about the same topics?
Yeah. I mean, look at the numbers. They clearly enjoyed the last 2 videos about it.
Damn.
Yeah, but that was like 2 months ago. Our palettes have obviously changed since then.
Bro, that was only a month ago, and you can't even spell palettes. Like I said, y'all seen the title, and I hate to be the one to break it to you, but that title was clickbait. But nah, I didn't date the school thotty, but I've had my fair share of encounters with her. But to be truthfully honest, I've only dated about 2 people in the whole time with me being in school. Any other time I'm rocking with somebody out of school, and that's because I really ain't want everybody to know what I had going on. Plus, I would have hated to be one of those couples in high school that did nothing but suck on each other's faces in between class periods. I'm over here trying to get into my locker so I can grab my 400-pound arithmetic textbook, and you got my and what does that even say? Bro, y'all should see what I have put. I'm gonna screenshot it. Demonte
What?
Demonte Quavion. There we go. Yeah. All right. And you got Marisha and Demonte Quavion. Is that racist?
Yeah.
I mean, I come up with probably the most ghetto names I could possibly think of every time I'm talking about people of African American descent. Jamarion, LaMarcus, Quantavian, Phillips, Johnson, the second, the third. Like, where do I come up with this stuff from? Anyways, you got those 2 sucking on each other's faces while I'm trying to grab my and they act like they don't have every class together, the same lunch together, homeroom, study hall. They even meet up at the bathroom. But like I said, I did have encounters with the so-called school thought, and I say so-called because I don't really know if she was actually the school thought. She was the girl I mentioned that gave me the earrings as a Christmas present in my Types of Girls in School video. By the way, make sure y'all go ahead and check that out. I'm not sure if she was a school thought because I've only heard all the girls call her that, and that was most likely because she was the best looking at school. Anyway, the 2 girls that I did mess with were at 2 different high schools. The first one was during freshman year, and I only talked to her because she was cool with the popular girls, so I thought that would have gave me some type of clout, which is contradictory to my previous statement about being low-key, but there's a reason why I did this. See, everyone that was a freshman there were 8th graders from the school I had just transferred to, and I got there midway through 8th grade, and let's just say the way that I adjusted was not good at all. 65% of the students hated me at first because all I used to do was talk shit. Actually, I still low-key talk shit, but only when necessary. Anyways, I got to that school and I did not give a f. at all. But the other 35% really didn't care that I talked for real, so I was cool with them. And now I only with like 0.1% out of all the 35% that I was cool with in school. So that just goes to show you that a lot of your friends don't even matter in high school, to be truthfully honest. Those relationships usually don't either, unless you're an anomaly and you end up marrying a high school sweetheart. It was a couple of days into the school year and it was our last class of the day. We get into our assigned seats and I look over and I peep popular adjacent girl. So I say, "What's up?" And she smiled and she rolled her eyes. See, your average human being would be like, "So what? What's the big deal?" But see, when you're the Riz King, you know that if you can make a girl smile and giggle, then you can make them cheeks clap and jip.
I thought it was laugh and giggle, not smile and giggle.
So the whole class, we was making small talk and flirting, and when our teacher had us do the whole introduction thing in the class, which I hated, the fuck are we introducing each other for? I'm not gonna see these people any other time, nor do I care to learn anything about them. So we're doing the introductions, and then it gets to me. I don't remember what I said, but it was probably some dumbass smart aleck remark that probably wasn't even that funny, but I remember half of the class laughing, half of the class being in shock, and the teacher unimpressed and slightly irritated. It was a digital media class, and he was telling us he worked with the likes of Oprah.
Yeah, alright.
So in my head, I'm like, why the fuck is he working at this shitty ass school if he worked with Miss Everyone Gets a Free SRT Hellcat, aka you get a car, Oprah? Really? You're not even working in the main building. You're in the building that's 40 feet away from the school that looks like one of those giant shipping containers that went down with the Titanic. A submarine controlled by a Mario Kart Wii remote? Are you serious? Like, how the hell did the Titanic add 5 more bodies to the list years after it went down? Anyway, wait. And now that I think about it, he wasn't even it wasn't even digital media. It was intro to digital media. He was the teacher for introduction to digital media. So you definitely ain't working with no Oprah and you stuck with a bunch of freshmen. Anyway, at the end of class, I used my powers of extreme wizardry and ended up getting her number. If you want to be honest, I don't remember any of that relationship at all. That's how much I was invested into it. I probably sat next to her a couple of times at lunch, cause most of the time I was in the teacher's lounge eating one of the teacher's lunches and relaxing. I would walk with her to class, you know, regular boyfriend protocol, but like I said, I wasn't that invested into the relationship. We never hung out after school. We never did nothing. One day I was coming back from lunch after eating one of the most delicious, luxurious lunches that the history teacher's wife packed for him. Cause I know damn well he ain't cooked that salmon to perfection. I like that. I was a degenerate. The fact that I ate that man's lunch with no remorse or regret, but hey, he should have thought of that before he gave me an F. And I made sure that F stood for fish that I finessed from you out of the fridge. Boom! Alliteration right there. I guess I did learn something in school. One of my friends ran up to me at my locker and was like, "I seen your girl walk into class with some dude." And I looked at him and I was like, okay. He was like, "Yeah, she was smiling and giggling." And I'm like, "And what you telling me for?" He was like, "That's your girl." And I was like, is it? With a huge smirk on my face. And then I was like, okay, let me pretend I'm supposed to care. We had science together, so I sat next to her and I was like, "So you was walking with some other dude?" And she was like, "Yeah." She didn't even deny it. Now, I'd probably be hurt if I actually cared, but I didn't. And before I was able to say something else, she was like, "But it's only because you wouldn't give me any attention or you seemed like you weren't interested." I said, "You know what? That's actually terrible of me and I apologize. I understand if you don't want to keep talking." She was like, "No, that's actually the opposite of what I want." Not what I thought her response was gonna be, to be honest. We ended up talking for like 2 more months and then we called it quits. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember who initiated the breakup, but I only got broken up with once and that wasn't it. So it was probably me.
Thumbing through cash, you know that I'm counting up dividends. Put this shit on my back and stack up on racks. Wake up and I'll do all this shit again. I've been up for 7 days and I'm making plays, killing nothing, take all my energy. Make Said her family still pay for some centuries. I do not beef, I just pray for my enemies. Mama look at me like what's getting into me. Diamonds they hit like a shot of that Hennessy. Hodger and mama, we look like the military. Run up on me, I got heavy artillery. Swear the clip might be as long as a centipede.